The Lord is still doing a new thing. Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you. See, darkness covers the earth, and thick darkness is over the peoples. But the Lord rises upon you, and his glory appears over you. Nations will come to your light, and kings to the brightness of your dawn. This is a prophecy that is being given to a people that are in exile, to a people that have lost their way, to a people that are tired, broken, to a people that find themselves in what really is darkness. They find themselves quite hopeless and in darkness. And this prophecy just comes to give them hope that the Lord is still doing a new thing. The Israelites initially were a chosen people, a people that God had marked, a people that God had blessed, a people that God had committed to walk with. And yet, like many of us, they kept forgetting who they were. They kept disobeying. They kept walking away from that which God said. Every time they lost their identity, they lost sight of God. Every time they lost sight of God, they assumed other identities around them that were not who God called them to be. They were not without identity whenever they lost their identity. They took up other identities. Every time they lost sight of who God created them to be, they began to worship idols. They wanted to become like other nations. They wanted to behave like other nations. And in wanting to be like other nations, while it worked for them, the truth is they lost the favor. Really, they lost the shine that came with being God's chosen people. This would end up in disobedience. This would end up like right now in a mess where they find themselves in complete darkness, in exile, so far away from home. You know, a famous musician says, ulianza na roho umemalizia na mwili, that we begin well, we begin with God well, but we are not careful to guard our relationship or our identity in God, and with time you find that fading. And when it fades, what happens? We begin to assume the other identities of things around us. We begin to get distracted, and sometimes worse yet, we end up in messes. We put ourselves in messes like these people did, finding themselves far from home, discouraged, broken, in exile. God comes to tell them that even though there's this darkness that is all around them, that he's able to overcome the darkness, that he's able to give them back their shine. Isn't that something good to think about? That God is able to brush away the pain, that God is able to brush away the sin, that God is able to brush away the dirt that has gathered over the years and give us back our brilliance, give us back our identity, restore and rewrite our stories. I had a pair of earrings that I loved and they tarnished over time, probably because I neglected them. And at some point I thought I had completely lost them. Then somebody gave me a formula of some chemicals that I mixed and I put them inside and I brushed them. And when I did, they actually regained their shine. And I was so happy to be able to have them back. But it needed work on my part. The Bible says, arise and shine. There needs to be a response to God's call. Yes, he can be able to give us our brilliance back. He can be able to give us the shine, but he begins by calling out, arise, arise and shine. He expects a response from us, even as he works on us. That if we let him, he can be able to put us back where we're supposed to be. He can be able to realign our lives, to realign to the identity, to the purpose that he first had for us. And he tells them, that when they get this shine back, that nations will be drawn to this light that they are showing, that nations will be drawn to them, and kings to the brightness of the dawn. There's something about that brilliance in the morning that gets our attention when we see that golden sunlight coming out. And God is telling them when he brings this out of them, it's not just them that will recognize it, even people around them will be drawn to that. And that for me is a beautiful restoration for a nation that has been broken. So here is my encouragement today. If you find yourself broken, far away from home, lost like they were, in exile like they are, God says, arise and shine. If you give your story to him, he can give you your brilliance back. But it requires action from you. Will you arise and allow him to give you back your brilliance?